That was a
dead.
trumpet. That was a horn. I don't know. I don't know instruments very good, so I'm gonna say it was a random brass instrument. Somehow Matt and I were the ones who were traveling last week and this weekend, and Jake is the one who's sick. So we're doing a bonus episode this week. One more week to wait for our Oscars bracket. Matt and I are coming in raw.
And here's the thing, audience. You know, when you travel, you're sitting on the plane. There's not much to do. You're trapped in a flying metal tube in the sky, which honestly, kind of suspicious when you think about it. How
Pretty
they get
suspect.
up there.
Yeah. What's going on there?
But there's one shared human experience that comes with flying, and that is the airplane movie. So, Alex and I watched two different movies while on an airplane. Two different airplanes, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what the other person has seen, and we're going to attempt to make a fanfic about them, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, some sort of fanfic. Here's my question, just starting off. You don't have to say what movie you watched yet. Was it a good movie to watch on a plane? And I'll let you decide for yourself what that means.
Mine, yeah.
Nice. Mine wasn't.
There's a difference between good movie to watch on a plane and a good movie, audience.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but one more thing before we get too deep in this intro here. Hey, we're the Tough Cut Podcast, and I'm Matthew.
I'm Alex, and I forgot that we had to do that.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about airplane movies. All right, with that, I feel like we've danced around it quite a bit here, but it's time to just get down to brass tacks, and we need to reveal what we've seen.
Yeah,
because I'm guessing the odds. Yeah, the odds we've seen each other's movies are pretty low.
You have certainly seen the movie that I watched.
Ooh, that's convenient. Hopefully I have.
I think there is like it's like a 99% chance you've seen my movie. It would be wild. I actually think it would be crazy if you hadn't seen it.
All right. Well, do you want to go first then?
Yeah, I mean, my movie. So I was on a Delta flight, and I went up to that little screen, and I went to movies A to Z, and swiped my finger back and forth for a little while, and I landed on Inception. Which is a pretty good movie that is not good to watch on a plane because the sound mixing is god awful. Some moments are so loud, and some moments are so quiet. And if you nod off for even a little bit of sleepiness on that plane, you missing a whole lot in this one.
Had you seen Inception?
Yes, I have seen Inception before.
Whew, okay. For the audience's sake, would you like to give them a very high level rundown?
Yeah, so Inception is a heist movie where they are the concept is you can share dreams with people and put yourself inside someone else's dream and pull other people into it too. And if you go deep enough, you can plant an idea in someone's subconscious so it changes their whole life and whole outlook on life. And also, Leonardo DiCaprio is in it. And they do that.
That's pretty good. Yeah, and they go to multiple layers of dreams.
Oh, yeah. You go like, it's like one layer. It's like a video game where it's like the first layer of the dream is like one level and it's like pretty chill. But then the deeper you go, the like more dangerous it is or something. If you die in deep dream, you end up in dream purgatory forever.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so what did you watch?
In much the same way, I scrolled back and forth and just kind of randomly picked a film. Mine was not A to Z, it was genres. Oh. And I ended up with I think a romantic comedy.
You sound very unsure.
That is technically the genre, but I just don't remember if that's the section it was categorized under.
Cool.
I watched a film called Moonshot. It's from 2022, directed by Christopher Winterbauer. And basically, Cole Sprouse is very dumb and plays what is, whenever the plot needs him to be, the dumbest man on the planet.
Wow.
As he is infatuated with a billionaire who has a Mars colony, and he really wants to go to Mars.
Wow.
It's like the only thing he wants in life. He falls in love with a girl. She goes to Mars because she's really smart, and he's like, I gotta get me up to Mars. And then there is Sophie, played by the girl from All the Boys I've Loved Before.
Oh, wow.
And she is super smart, and she has a plan with her life. And her boyfriend is really smart, too. And she's really rich, so she buys a ticket to Mars. It costs $900,000. And Cole Sprouse begs her to let him sneak on board, and that's basically what happens. And then they slowly fall in love.
And do the other two smart people fall in love, too?
No.
Is Zach Braff the billionaire who's colonized Mars?
Yes.
Wow. I looked this movie up on Wikipedia and I just saw the first 6 people in the cast.
You nailed it. Yeah, Zach Braff is the billionaire that shows up in the last 20 minutes. And Cole Sprouse, the dumbest man on both planets, sells his likeness and really his soul in perpetuity to a billionaire for a marketing campaign. And that was a pretty good plot point. This movie has a lot of weird thoughts about the wealthy.
Wow.
It doesn't want to take a stance.
It wants to make fun of them, but it's also but rich people paid for this movie, so we can't be too mean.
Yeah, literally. Anyway, it was a good airplane movie in the sense that there is no other time I would have watched this.
Wow. That's a good policy to have, I feel on airplane movies.
And just to highlight, not that it's the end-all be-all, there are 6 fans of this movie listed on on Letterboxd.
6 fans? As opposed to what? Normal movies have thousands or hundreds of thousands? Or something?
Yeah, Inception's 40,000.
Wow.
Those 16 people have said they've watched Moonshot, so really we're in the elite. Yeah,
wow.
so it's an interesting one. So
okay, you having seen both of these movies, where do you think these movies slot together? What's the most obvious, I think?
The most obvious slot together is that Cole Sprouse dreams of Mars a lot. He wants to go there so badly, and then it turns out it fucking sucks. It's just like Earth, but not. So that is the most obvious intersection is he really wants to do this thing. So if they accidentally ended up in Cole Sprouse's brain, it'd just be he really wants to be an explorer, an adventurer.
What
about Dream Explorers?
Yeah, what if it's Dream Explorers? What if Cole Sprouse and during this ad campaign works more with Zach Braff, and Zach Braff is hey, I've been working on this new technology. Do you want to test it out? And it's dumbest person alive, Cole Sprouse, going through dreams, trying to survive.
Dreams. Honestly, I think that there's some legs to this concept. Nice. Yeah, so he becomes an Onironaut.
Ooh, is that it? Is that is Oniro the Greek? Would that be the dream?
Probably.
Oniric.
There we go.
Onironaut. Yeah, totally would be.
So yeah, the last unexplored territory left is our dreams. The first Onironaut, the dumbest man in our universe.
Well, because it's like sending a monkey, It's
he can die.
They've graduated above rodent test subjects, and now they're Zach Braff is well, it's bad publicity to get a monkey now, so I'm gonna send Cole Sprouse.
Yeah, okay, so he's gonna be investigating the dreamscape, and there are 2 different ways I can see this going. Obviously, Inception's got a pretty serious take on going through dreams and all that.
Yeah.
But there's also part of me that the unfilled potential in using dream exploration to basically write a sketch comedy movie.
Where it's he just keeps going to new dreams and each dream is a new sketch.
Yeah, exactly.
That is so funny.
So the obviously very important piece is where is the heart of the through line? Where to the guys and gals from Inception collide with this, you know?
Sure.
So we've got the Onironaut jumping from dream to dream.
Well, I think it starts off as kind of like a wacky, goofy thing, like you mentioned, sketch comedy, you know? I think we maybe pull in Everything Everywhere All at Once, where like each dream he goes to is weirder and weirder. You know, and then I think like eventually he gets deep enough that he goes into that purgatory or whatever, because for some reason it's a shared universe, I guess. And which like is canon in Inception, right? Like he goes back to the same dream universe that he was in before when he was trapped. So it's like that is the dream purgatory. So I guess like he goes there once he gets too deep, and then it's like he's in like a century of dream purgatory with Leonardo DiCaprio and Saito, the billionaire.
Hey, multiple billionaires.
Ooh, he's like
Zach Braff.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe Zach Braff comes in after him and he's like, I need my monkey back.
We have to be able to prove to the public that you can survive this.
Yeah, exactly.
And seeing as, you know, a bit of genre mixing here, do we keep the romance angle? Does Cole Sprouse fall in love? Does his love come with him?
I think Zach Braff
does he
and Saito,
fall in love? Ooh.
I think Zach Braff and Saito form a little love connection, you know?
Ooh. Billionaires from star-crossed worlds.
Yeah. I think because wealth marries wealth.
That's true. That's true.
Because I think we have to keep that, you know, that biting criticism that the original Moonshot has.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, we'll poke a little fun, but no, be careful. We can't go too hard on it, so it will be a touching marriage scene.
Yeah. I think, you know, like, Cole Sprouse has to do the whole, like, he has to make fun of wealth marries wealth, and then it turns out that they, like, are a truly beautiful romance, and they, like, actually are, like, have a genuine connection.
And there is a ship engagement plays a, albeit so minor, it barely needed to happen moment in Moonshot.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
The people in the stateroom next to the main characters are a lovely couple, and the joke is they've been together for a really long time and haven't gotten married yet.
And then they do.
And then basically the captain of the ship is like, I'm a captain, I can marry ya. And Cole Sprouse gives such a heartfelt speech that they get engaged.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
So here's a question. Because Inception, it's like a big deal that Elliot Page is this architect and is like super smart and can create any kind of puzzle with their brain for like the first 20 minutes of the movie, and then it's never really talked about again. Cole Sprouse being the biggest idiot in the world, how effective do you think he is at crafting these dreamscapes? Like, do you think it's one of those things where like he's so dumb that random things happen and it draws too much dream attention, so like he has to go deeper to escape?
Ooh. I honestly could see it being like an accidental idiot savant where like he's good at it, but in a way he can't quite control. Like it's an untamed power.
Okay.
And then that movie I didn't see with Jason Momoa where I think he gets chased by the Dream Police.
Wait. What? There was another Dream movie?
This one like just came out. It was on Netflix. I saw some ads for it and stuff. He plays a guy with some little... Slumberland. A young girl discovers a secret map to the dream world of Slumberland, and with the help of an eccentric outlaw, she traverses dreams and flees nightmares with the hope that she'll be able to see her late father again.
Let me tell you, the picture that I see of this movie is a little girl with maybe a rabbit on her shoulder in like a snowy landscape, and behind her is Jason Momoa looking like the biggest pervert I've ever seen. With like this... I think he's shirtless. Yeah, he is.
He's an eccentric outlaw, Alex. That's why the Dream Police show up.
He sure is. Oh, it's not a rabbit. It's a little teddy bear that I think is
cute.
It's a teddy bear bunny. Well, I'm gonna watch that movie now.
Yeah. So like, what if the Dream Police show up?
Dude, that would rock. What if this is in the future because they've colonized Mars?
Moonshot takes place in 2049.
So what if that is still slightly in the future after Inception, and so what's happened is that This tech has been invented before, but was discarded because it wasn't safe and it was illegal. Zach Braff has reinvented it and rediscovered it.
Like any good billionaire.
Like any good billionaire, he has stolen his greatest idea. So he is getting chased into the dreamscape, and he is trying to figure out if it's a safe place for him, so he sends Cole Sprouse in.
Yeah, dumb monkey.
Leonardo DiCaprio, now being a legal citizen again, has been drafted into the Dream Police as like a detective. Ooh. And he's chasing him down.
Ooh.
And so
I
it's
like
like
that.
it like turns out he's a good guy. You realize it's crossover with Inception, but it doesn't like say it at first because they don't use the same terms. Because Zach Braff is like, I discovered this.
Yes, like any good billionaire. Okay, I like that. So we're shifting to a slightly more it's not like necessarily a more serious tone, but like there's a little bit more coherent plot.
Yeah, I think it's like an action comedy, where it's like it starts off pretty lighthearted, and then it turns out that like Leonardo DiCaprio's there and he's hunting Cole Sprouse. And I think that's like a big twist. Like, I feel like it's maybe marketed a little bit as like this could be a prequel to Inception, like, but we'll never tell.
Like maybe there's a scene of like a not the top spinning, but like a top spinning, used in one of the trailers, and it's like, oh, they're a dream movie, so they're referencing the other big dream movie as like a joke.
Yeah.
And then there's this amazing scene deep in where it's just revealed that no, this is all a shared universe.
Yeah, I think no, they don't announce that Leonardo DiCaprio's in it. Like they don't tell you, and then so it's like you get into the movie and it's like, holy shit, is that Leo? Is that Leo? What's he doing?
Dream cop Leo.
And you think it's just gonna be a like cameo at first because Inception, ha ha ha, funny, and then it like is full on doing the Inception.
Okay, yes. So it starts off the first like 3-4 dreams he jumps through. It's like you said, starts off, each one gets increasingly silly, kind of everything everywhere all at once. Maybe not explicitly sketches, but like, we're bopping around with a good bit of lightheartedness, and then like you get your wink and nod at Leonardo DiCaprio, and then it just like swings back around to no, he's fully in the movie, and I feel like we gotta ratchet the stakes.
Oh,
okay, maybe gun someone down.
Here's the concept.
Okay,
it's okay. Zach Braff. It's Zach Braff's dream. So Zach Braff shows up, but like doesn't realize exactly what's going on. So he invented
this technology and accidentally ends up inside of his own dream.
Well, I think he knows that he's in his own dream, but I feel like he is like going along with the dreams. He's not like he's like what the like target of the Inception was, right? Where it's like the first few dreams, he's just like in the dream, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio gets into the dream and kills Zach Braff in the dream.
Ooh.
And so they're like, well, fuck, that was the guy who was dreaming. What do we do now? And so the stakes are like escape from dreamland.
Okay. We do lose our almost biting commentary, but you know what?
Yeah, our beautiful romance.
That's okay.
You sound like you have an alternative.
Well, I'm working.
Oh, yeah. Work that sauce. Start.
Yeah. You sometimes you got to workshop your fanfic a little bit, and that's what we're doing. We're iterating here. We're creating art.
This is art.
Zach Braff's dead. We know the movie's serious now because it's like now we're the threat of being trapped in the dreamland forever is very present.
So here's the question. Does Leonardo DiCaprio kill Zach Braff? Or does Cole Sprouse accidentally kill Zach Braff with his dumb brain antics?
Ooh. There is part of me that feels like for the plot, it's better if Leo does it. But just like witnessing the scene where this film that's been mostly lighthearted up until that point, and then he just like accidentally like creates a giant spire that crushes Zach Braff against a wall, and it's just like overwhelmingly gory. Like This has not been the vibe of the film thus far, and then just suddenly eviscerated corpse.
Yeah, it's like the first 30 minutes are like feel like they belong on Disney Plus as like an adventure movie. This body just gets absolutely eviscerated. And then I think so. Okay, here's maybe what happens. I think there's like a long section of the movie where Cole Sprouse is very sad, lonely, and confused. And then
yes,
it's like he spends a long time maybe in like one dream where it's like just a barren wasteland, nothing's going on, but he's not deep enough to have reached the like purgatory yet. And so he spends a long time alone in this dream, and then he eventually like goes one deeper and he's in purgatory, and Leo and Saito are there. And it's like what's going on?
So we've got Dream Cop Leo.
Oh, yeah, I guess that loses Dream Cop a little bit.
What if there are multiple
What if
of
he's... Ooh, multiple Leos. Okay, what if Leonardo DiCaprio is investigating the dream space, and then Cole commits a different dream crime, which is murder? So Leo's like, well, I was going to arrest this guy for doing the tech billionaire thing, but now you're a murderer.
Yes. Okay. And then I feel like we need to crest a point. They end up trapped inside of dream purgatory, deep in limbo. And you need to eventually get them on the same side, you know?
Yeah.
Which I feel like could just be, 100 years of dream reflection and, on the human condition. But I just don't see Dream Cop Leo putting up with Cole Sprouse for that long.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think
he'd put a bullet in his head and be done with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's been there before, right? So he knows not to just sit in it.
Yeah. See, I feel like we've got like our Act 1 and 2 kind of together. There's the turn into the second act with the death of Zach Braff, the nod and wink, and then actual introduction of Leonardo DiCaprio, Time Cop Leo. Time Cop Leo's going after Cole Sprouse. We have a sort of action-y middle where, like, go for it.
So here's the issue that I'm realizing. We have backed ourselves into a corner a little bit because spoilers and content warning for Inception, the way that they like get out of the dream purgatory is by committing suicide in the dream purgatory. And so we are like slowly pushing ourselves closer and closer to Cole Sprouse killing himself.
Well, here's the thing. That's where Jason Momoa from Slumberland comes into it.
A magical dream fairy.
Yeah.
Is that what he is?
He's a noted eccentric dream outlaw.
Yeah,
and he's
dream
like
outlaw.
He's like, why are you doing that?
I can just magic you out of this dream. And it opens up a greater dream universe where
oh my god, and then we can just
magic.
start throwing like any media that has dreams in it because we got the rights to it all. Sandman?
Ooh, Stranger Things. Ella's there and she's got psychic powers.
What if dream eccentric outlaw Jason Momoa teleports him out, and then just Leo guns him down.
Ooh. Introduce a new character just for him to be instantly murdered after fulfilling his plot point. I love that.
Yeah, here's the thing: is like once we've hit the deeper dream zone where like dream magic's a thing, like Leo's having his preconceptions about how dreams work challenged because they think they've got this shit on pat. Like
to Leo, it's a science, and to eccentric dream outlaw Jason Momoa, it's a magic. Okay, so
his name is Flip the Creature.
That makes me really unhappy. How does this movie end?
He falls in love with the girl from All the Boys I Loved Before.
No, how does this movie end? Also, I think we should call this movie I Dream of Mars.
Oh, that's good. That's a good title. That's a good title.
Maybe Jason Momoa magics him and he's back on Mars. And
Dream Mars or regular Mars?
I think that's the question.
Ooh.
He doesn't know, but that's where it ends. But I think he has to decide is he okay with it?
Does he live there, you know?
Right. Well, and I think, too, he doesn't know enough about this dream science. He doesn't really know if Zach Braff is dead or not. And I think Zach Braff is back on this Mars. So he's like, is this enough?
Is this enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what if there is like a climactic battle? Actually, you've got to ratchet that action angle, and it's flip the creature
versus
Leo.
Dream
Cop Leo.
Yeah, and the climactic moment of that battle is flip the creature is like, Cole Sprouse, come here, and he like touches his forehead or something, and Cole Sprouse disappears, and then flip the creature gets gunned down.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
then it leaves it like he's back on Mars, doesn't know. It's sort of like the ending to spoilers, Malignant, where the light flashes a little, and you're like, oh God, is she still stuck in the I don't know, in the brain zone, you know?
Yeah.
And then Leo is conversely stuck back in dream limbo again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of a sad ending.
I kind of think this whole thing, because Saito is there, right? We can talk about him at all, but he's there. I kind of think this all happens while Leo is in purgatory with Saito at the end of Inception.
So is there it happens just during that time period?
Yeah, that was actually, that was a premonition.
It's the bridging moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does Cole? Okay, we've got the plot. We don't have to go back through it, I think.
Okay, we're good.
What's the moral? What does Cole Sprouse learn from this adventure? Right, because there's got to be some sort of emotional angle. It's got to be something. I think maybe it's like guilt. Death is only the beginning. I don't know, something.
Ooh.
Something about death. I feel like.
Yeah. So his whole dream was go to Mars. He gets to go to Mars in Moonshot. And then he's like, oh, actually now it's the fact that I love you, girl from all the boys I loved before. Mm-hmm. So maybe, because the movie ends on their return trip to Earth and cuts the credits while they're still in the spaceship. What if something horrible happened?
And you get flashes of it throughout the movie. And then he wakes up on Mars and he's like, "Oh, thank God, it was all a dream."
But really, it's like, is he just dying in the spaceship or dealing with the trauma that the Sophie, the girl he fell in love with, also the first girl he falls in love with in a single day. Classic. The second girl, it's a single month, and he's like ready to sacrifice everything for either of them.
Classic Cole Sprouse.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I like that angle. And she's like, for sure, like caught in a explosive conflagration in the ship. So
maybe what Cole Sprouse learns is that sometimes it's better, is it like the question that he is faced with at the end is like, is it better to live a lie or face the truth?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think it's a tragic moment at the end where he is like, oh, Zach Braff is here. I'm going to stay on Mars. Because the audience knows that it's like he is choosing to live life as a lie. Mm-hmm. And it's like a tragic
ending. They know why it's... Yeah, exactly. They know why it's tragic. So you've been endeared to this kind of goofy guy, but he gets increasingly like solemn as the film goes on. Yeah. You know, like he kills a man. And it really changes him.
Yeah. Wow.
I think
we wrote another movie.
Yeah, I think that's a canon sequel to both Moonshot and Inception. Inception 2, get out of here. I Dream of Mars is coming for you.
Are they making an Inception 2?
Probably. They're probably not making a Moonshot 2.
Pretty dumb that it's called Moonshot. They go to Mars and not the moon.
Yeah, well, I guess Mars Shot didn't really roll off the tongue.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so I love it. We also got a little bit of Slumberland. You can watch Slumberland on Netflix, I think. I don't know. Watch Netflix. So consider that a plug for a movie I've never seen before.
Yeah, it seems pretty bad, actually.
Well, it has 9 fans on Letterboxd, so thank you so much for doing a little riffing, Alex. Coming to the writer's room for this bonus episode.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is the tough cut, and we sure did cut whatever little bits we wanted out of these 3-4 movies now.
And we created a masterpiece. So I'm
Yeah.
looking for the green light for the check to cash so we can start production.
Hey, it's green for me. You're the money guy.
That's true. That's true. Well, if you enjoyed today's show, a nice little bonus to hold you over till our Oscar bracket starts next week. Also, if you haven't, check out our Oscar predictions. We went over every single thing that was nominated for an Oscar and said what we think is going to win or what we want to win.
Yeah.
Beyond that, you can follow us on social media at Tough Cut Pod. We're on all of your favorites. And you should share this episode with...
the last person you had a dream about.
Ooh.
It's kind of fun.
Unless
Also,
it's Zach Braff.
yeah, don't share it with Zach Braff because we do him dirty in this one.
He dies. We almost gave him a love story, and then we killed him instead. I don't think there's anything else.
I don't think so. Did you say Oscars bracket next week?
I did.
Yeah, do that one.
Yeah, I already said that. All right, just a nice little sweet treat of an episode for all you faithful listeners.
Ooh, I know how we can end it. Take cover, child. A little throwback.
That's a reference.
A little throwback. We used to do that.
Go listen to our backlog of 90 plus episodes to understand that joke.
It came from Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, well, that's still like 80 episodes of listening.
Yeah, they don't have to listen to all the episodes in between, Matt.
What?
It's from one movie, and we did it for like 20 episodes.
Oh, God.
Okay, bye,
The funniest
everyone.
podcast on the planet.